everybody, how's it going? Welcome to my channel, the Brand New Dani, where I share with you parts of the process of becoming the Brand New Dani. And what does that mean? That means that I am transgender. I identify somewhere outside of the traditional gender binary of male and female, and I am working and have been working towards getting closer to feeling like I'm living my authentic self for a long time. So in this episode, I'm going to be talking about the name change process, because if you're like me, your birth name does not give you the warm and fuzzies when you introduce yourself to people, or when you have to sign a legal document or something like that for a job, for the bank, stuff that just brings on the dysphoria and makes you feel real crappy. So I'm going to be talking a little bit about how I'm going through the process of changing that, because I've had enough. I'm done. I'm 34, I'm done. So it's time. So here we go. I'm going to get right into what happened today as I tried to begin the process. And when I say tried to begin the process, you'll understand what I mean if you watch the rest of this. There's always these little snags and things, hurdles we have to jump over, and hoops we have to jump through to sometimes go through stuff like this. So we're gonna open up the paperwork. Here we go. So this is how I got started. I contacted a lawyer and I said, name change, how hard is it? Is this something that anyone can do on their own, or is legal help recommended? This person told me that, well, they didn't really answer my question, but they did tell me how much it cost for them to do it for me, or to help me with it. And that total was $750 plus filing fees. And the filing fee for Cumberland County is about $120. So you're looking at, so what, $750, $850, $870. We're getting awfully close to $1,000, okay? I said, woo, I don't have that laying around. So I think it was a post, it was a Facebook post, and I reached out on my surgeon's group. So networking, thumbs up on networking. I reached out on my surgeon's group and posted about it, and somebody from an LGBT center in a different county contacted me and said, hey, I know this lawyer who's doing this for free because she can and she wants to. And so I was like, oh yeah, tell me who this is. So I contacted her. She had me come down to her office. It was about an hour away, a little under an hour, but that's okay. I travel for work a lot. I'm a musician. I'm kind of used to being all over. An hour kind of wasn't a big deal. So she sat down with me and filled out the paperwork together. And I'm on my way right now to the Cumberland County courthouse, and I'm going to drop off name change paperwork. So I thought this would be a great way to start sharing with you how to go through some of these processes and how they apply if you live in Pennsylvania, or especially if you live in Cumberland County. You might find this really helpful. This is my first time attempting this process. I dealt with the name thing for a long time, using my given name as much as possibly can. I did things like, to alleviate dysphoria, I would do things like on my checks, instead of having the bank print my full name, you can actually ask them to just use your first initial, or your first and middle initials, and then your last name. And so I had that done on my bank card and on my checks, and I've been getting by like that for years. However, if you have a job where you get a W-2, or you have to fill out a W-9, any kind of job, 1099, anything like that, clearly you have to tell the IRS the name that is on your birth certificate. So that was fine. You know, I feel like I could deal with that. I'm 34 years old, disclaimer. Like, it's been a while that I've been dealing with this. And just like everything else in my life, just like the need for top surgery, just like the need to take hormones, it all was, for me, pretty gradual. And then it started to get to a point where it was like, you know, the pain was great enough. It was like, it wasn't bad enough, wasn't bad enough, wasn't bad enough, boom. Now it's time to change. Now it's time to make moves, take action. So that's where I'm at today. I am post-op. I had top surgery in 2018. Props to Dr. Sakudo Lidditz, PA. So here's a quick update. I'm back in the car. Twice back into the prothonotary's office. Pro tip, you need cash. I had brought my checkbook, like, they'll take a check, they don't take checks. So I had to run across the street to the ATM, no big deal, took out cash. Next, I get back in there, and turns out that different counties do things differently, and because Cumberland County takes the fingerprints with the petition, I am now on my way to go get fingerprinted. I thought that I had to wait for an order for fingerprints. They don't do it that way, which does seem more efficient, so whatever. I'm trying right now. They couldn't schedule me up in the sheriff's office today, so I'm gonna try to go to the police department here in town and see if I can get fingerprints. So more to come. Okay, so hi, I'm back in my office at home, and just bringing you an update because I couldn't bring my phone into the courthouse or to the police station, which is where I had to go to try to get fingerprinted. So here's the deal. In Cumberland County, apparently, you go to the prothonotary's office with everything, including your fingerprints, instead of waiting for the order after you file. So they sent me up to the sheriff's office to try to get fingerprinted, which they wouldn't do because it was a court day. And they said, go try the police department. So I headed over to the police department. They said there was no one there to do it. So I called back to the sheriff's office, scheduled an appointment for Friday, which is 3 days from now. So 3 days from now, I'll head back to the courthouse, up to the sheriff's office, get my fingerprints, and then head back down to prothonotary's office with all of this stuff. So, the petition, it's the petition. I've got an original. I've got 2 copies of all this stuff. The petition, signed, filled out, made 2 copies. There's a cover sheet, and there's also another fancy cover sheet. It's like a scheduling, it's like an administration thing. So basically it was pretty easy to fill all this out. The hard part was running around not knowing what I needed, like fingerprint wise, and bringing cash. Yeah, I don't know why I thought they'd take a personal check, but you know, who knows until you go and you get told, no, this isn't how it works, and then you figure it out. So, this is the face of the young lady who was at the counter at the sheriff's office. I got called young lady at least 3 times while trying to submit my name change petition, looking like this, as I do. Young lady. So, yeah, it's... the dysphoria doesn't stop immediately just when you decide, you know, when you decide to do something like this, and even going through the process. You know, feeling the way that I feel, and looking in the mirror and registering what I see in the mirror when I look in the mirror, and seeing me, and like going through my morning and trying to get this process done, which is very much in the forefront. You know, my identity is so much in the front of my mind while I'm doing this, and still getting misgendered, in the face of all that. It's a reminder, you know? It's just a reminder. I don't want to judge it. It's just a reminder of where other people are at, and, you know, how I'm not always going to be seen the way that I see myself. And, you know, I can just do my best. I can just do my best to take care of myself. And sometimes that can be really hard. Sometimes that can be really, really hard. So, that was my update. I will check back in the next episode when things are progressing more, and when maybe some more exciting steps are taking place. So, again, I am going about the process of changing my name in Cumberland County, Pennsylvania, And I just want to help other people who might be trying to do this figure it out themselves, just like I am, and getting help through the channels that I found it through, you know, and not spending a gazillion dollars and going through a bunch of stress and wasting a bunch of time and money and energy in the process. So I hopefully this helps you. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch. And if you subscribe to this channel, you will find more videos about this topic and others regarding transition, or if that's a weird word for you, regarding the journey of being non-binary, the journey of becoming whoever you are when you look in the mirror, whoever you see when you think about yourself in your mind's eye. That journey, that's the one I'm talking about. So, thanks again. Take care.